Teaching Toby is presented by Master Channel. Instantly produce outstanding masters at masterchannel.ai. Use the code Matoma during checkout for 50% off.
Wow. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. That was very good. Yes. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Was that good enough?
Yeah, it's not good enough for you playing at my baptism.
What am I doing in this cabin with Matoma teaching me music production? Well, I'm Toby and I'm part of a DJ duo with my girlfriend. But producing music? Oof, that's hard.
So welcome to this.
Welcome to this masterclass.
Yes.
Are we calling it the masterclass or are we calling it?
I don't know what we're calling it.
I think we're calling it Toby Tobes and the Ampa-Lampas.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or maybe we should call it like Toby trying to do something he really is not good at.
Thank you for that. That was that's it's those kind of words you want to hear right before you go into music producing. You know. I know you're kidding. I know you think it's me as the new Max Martin. So. Yep.
Like when I started making music, I made music for the fun of it.
Yeah.
You know. And if I listen to the demos I did like 12, 13, 14 years ago, like I would probably laugh my ass off. But you have to start somewhere. And that's the beauty with music, because as long as you are enjoying it and learning from it, and so looking back at it, like now with perspective and wisdom and all the knowledge I'm sitting on regarding music technology and production, I can of course look back and say like, okay, how did I go from that to this?
Yeah, but there's often that I've been sitting with YouTube tutorials and stuff like that in Logic and think like, oh, I'm never gonna learn this. It's so much to learn and it can be so overwhelming. Yeah. And you feel like you're sometimes you don't come anywhere because you're stuck in some synth or plugin or bass or drum or
But what you have to learn is that I'm sitting here with the knowledge I have in Cubase and I'm not fully learned. Like I can like every day, like even now in this project I've learned something new. I've never made a big room synth. Yeah. I've never tweaked a big room synth before, but I okay, it sounds like this. I've been to this many concerts. I know what I'm looking for. Let's dig in.
So since last time we were sitting here, you taught me about chords. What are you laughing at?
No, I'm laughing at you. Like it's hard to take you serious now with your beanie and your.
Yeah, I look like a criminal, right? Yeah, that's just part of my image. That's the image I'm going for lately. Yeah.
Deep house tech.
Yeah, like a little bit. Oh shit! Look at him. He's been to prison or something. Like
we need to get you some tattoos.
No, I think it hurts too much. Yeah. So what I did is I went to Google, as you said. I found some chords within the B minor scale. There was a lot of them. So it was...
Yeah, there's plenty.
Yeah, so it was basically what I did, since I'm not a good pianist, I just recorded like one chord at a time. Yeah. And then I draw the MIDI from that. So I just tested out a bunch of chords and I ended up with a 4-chord piano structure. But on the way, the song took 180, and now it's suddenly a more happy summer song. So, hey, you want to have a look? Listen.
like the chords, very
Very summer.
no, but very anthemic and big, you know.
Yeah.
Ah, the pluck. That summery vibe.
And some kind of drop.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
It took a big
Turn.
big turn.
Yeah.
You know, it went from going to the after party at Tomorrowland to go to the pre-party at the beach.
at some TikToker's crib or something.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit maybe a little bit too Euro now for my style, or like the sound, and I would need to stack and find some synths, and you know.
What you can think about here is by adding some sustain to the chords, because right now you're having them stacked.
Yeah.
So it's very staccato, like and the rhythm is like, you probably have quantized them in like 1/16.
Yeah.
And it's like bump 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 bump. That's very Euro trance, you know. The structure there. So I would maybe like like the chords are beautiful, and it could be amazing to have some vocal on it.
Mm.
So the structure is there, but maybe have some more like chill pads, and like maybe like a subtle bass underneath, like an 808 bass or something, to just like give it that smoothness.
Yeah.
And the more cooler vibe, because right now it's a bit sweet.
Yeah.
And with your style and your,
Is this a class?
and your sweater.
Yeah,
and
I want to be, you know, a little
cooler.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you want some tattoos on you, and
Yeah, I want to, you know, go there, you know. That's where I'm aiming at. Are we on the same frequency? Yeah, we are. Can I tune that down? No? Okay. You know, that's me.
So let me show you what I did, because I had the same problem here, because I'm like, to be honest, I've never done a tech house song before, at least never a big room song. So I always make mashups, and I always like, I can make like future house and more like melodic stuff, like Staying Up, for example, is more.
Yeah.
But like trance and tech house and like that type of genre, I've never produced in. So I felt like I came into the same problem, like the like the pre-chorus, like the downbeat.
Yeah.
Like the down drop there, and building it up again to a new drop. But then I thought about like adding some layers and adding some textures from the sample I found, that I pitched and I chopped, and I made like a new pattern in it. And I basically just found it from Splice. And it was like a Oliver, and I love Oliver, bass loop. And then I just transposed it into the key that I'm having, E minor. And then I chopped it up, and then bounced it out with some effects, and kind of changed the structure on it.
Oh, you bounced it out? You rendered it out?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I chopped it up some more.
Oh,
Yeah,
can I see your effect stack?
yeah, it's just a kick.
Okay.
It's just basically like a sidechain,
Yeah.
and then just a reverb, Valhalla, and then the H delay before that.
Yeah. Can I listen to it?
Yeah. So just to introduce the sound to the listener in the intro or the verse, it's nice to add some texture, so the listener gets familiar with it, but not too much. But then when the sound comes back, it's like, oh, I heard that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was harder than regular.
Regular stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like this took me, I don't know, 20 minutes. In the build-up, it's two plugins. It's VPS Avenger, and I'm using like a big saw chord, like that I found in like the regular preset inside the synth.
Yeah.
And I'm using the Juno. But they complement each other, so they sound. So if I was just to have this big room sound, saw synth. It's very noisy but big.
Yeah.
You know, but it misses some frequencies. Like for example, the lower spectre of like the lower frequencies, so from like 1500 hertz and down.
Yeah.
Because this is a saw, so the envelope here on the synthesize is a sawtooth envelope. So it's very stacky. So instead of the waveform going like this, it goes in sawtooth.
Okay.
And that makes it more aggressive. So I would then, and then I know like with how that works, I know that in the lower frequencies, it's not gonna sound as pretty or nice or full or fat.
Yeah.
So then I would go to like a Juno 60 where I know the analog synthesizer.
Can I hear this?
Yeah,
solo?
so this one is, if I isolate them, it sounds like this. So this is just like a regular polysynth.
Yeah. And with the.
And with the. And together they sound.
Yeah. That's
And then just to add a little more euphoric feeling to it, I have like a, again, it's just a Juno, I think it's even the same preset. No, it's a classic pad. Just to add some euphoric, atmospheric tension to it. What I said in the previous episode about writing down, getting it on notes.
yeah.
Like, have you, for example, looked at the notes? That
Yeah,
you wrote down?
I've looked at the notes, but I
Yeah,
haven't. But this was way harder than I thought it would
Yeah,
be.
so it took some more time.
So
And
I haven't created a 3-layer kick yet.
No, and you also haven't put on a sub bass.
No.
No, that I heard.
Yeah. But you know.
But you've done something amazing that you probably didn't know that you had in you. You have made a chord progression with basic understanding of musical
theory.
yes.
Boom.
Boom. So the down break
Yeah.
or the pre-chorus. What do you want to know?
I want to know. Okay, I understand the down break, but how do you build it up? Like here, for example, like is that done or is it? Do you just add one in one layer or?
So basically what I just did here too, because I was a bit short on time, I just added my drum samples.
Yeah.
Of course, like you can build. If I was to just mute the drums here, I would probably start with go to. So this is another plugin, Nexus. It's very similar to VPS Avenger. It has like the sampler library where it loads up a sample pack that gives you immediate sound with limited possibilities. The only thing that you can basically change is the spike, spread, attack. This isn't a soft synth with just waveforms. It's loading a sample.
Okay.
The same way we have, like when we go into Splice and we find a sample and load it into the sampler track. This does the same. And now if I want to do some drums, I could go to like drums and effects. So this is cool. Just some simple stuff.
Yeah.
And then say I want, now I'm just duplicating the track and I go into the same plugin and maybe I want to have some percussion. Let's just, yeah, this is cool. But then here I kind of So now I kind of want to just move that down to the just tighten it up. And then right now if I want to okay, I want this to be my effect of like pitching.
Yeah.
So I go to edit, render in place. Basically you can do that the same thing. You can render it to an audio file.
Yeah.
So let's render it. Takes a second. So now I want this sound to so now it's lineary and it doesn't do anything in the pitch.
Yeah.
So it works as just like a percussion element, but I want this to also work as an effect. So I want to pitch up the bounce track. Like this is 8 bars, so I want to pitch it up. So I go in here, process, and you have the same thing in Logic, and pitch shift. So here you can see this is the track. So I want the first place to be in the middle, be transposed 0, and then after like 4 bars, like around here, I want it to start pitching upwards.
Okay.
Apply. So now on the last 4 bars of the track, it starts pitching the track 12 semitones upwards to give it an effect. And now it sounds
Yeah.
And then I put on some reverb to go with it. So here I don't want to have too much in the higher frequencies because that's going to make it messy, and also in the lower frequency. I just want the Valhalla, like the reverb, to kick in the mid frequencies, because that's where it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then I drag down the decay, because I don't want to have the decay, like the tail of the reverb, to be too long. So and then there you have an effect. So since it's pitching upwards, the volume also is affected by it, so the volume decreases. So to not lose that, I'm just gonna automate the volume upwards, and sometimes you also need to automate the volume downwards. It depends on the sample and and how it behaves. And I'm also hearing some frequencies that I don't like, so I pull up an EQ. This could easily have been an EQ within Cubase. So let's just say Studio EQ. You have that in Logic as well, or in like Ableton, or so. I want to put on the spectrum so I can read the frequencies of the sample.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that's nasty. Boof! Away with you. Levardium, no, Vingardium Leviosa. Oh, it's so boomy when you don't take away those frequencies. So boominess you don't want, because then that takes a lot of the space in your mix. So that's just one layer, and we can do the same thing.
So here it's
So for example, we can do this. So
almost had it.
yeah, you get the point.
Yeah. You don't need to quantize that. That's perfect.
Exactly, you get the point. Even with 132 notes. To just be like crazy.
That's crazy. You got that right.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there with this with the MIDI, but it wasn't supposed to sound like that. Okay, so here we go. The first couple there was a bit bad. And then, what do you think, Toby? What are we doing now when we've done that?
What, are you doing the same thing? Oh, you're first gonna render it, and then I guess you're gonna pitch shift it.
So let's have a listen. Do you think a kick would sound good pitch shift?
No.
Wrong. Let's try it out.
No. Now I'm curious.
No, I'm curious. Never done this before.
Okay.
I'm just using my creativity and some logic.
Yeah.
Oh! Want to take away the lower frequencies, just like a low pass filter. Take away. Actually, it's called a high pass filter. I was just checking in with you. So, yeah, away with the lower frequencies. Then pitch shift this, doing the same thing here. Apply. Here we go.
Nice.
Boom.
It worked.
Yeah. So let's see how that sounds. Nice.
Dun, 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 dun,
And then with the other drums. And then with the big room synths. So, and as you can hear, we definitely need to do some mixing.
Yeah.
Because right now it's a lot happening, but we're gonna dig into that later.
It's all about just building momentum.
But
and,
you know, like
and
if this is a way of like not like, oh, this doesn't suit me, like I don't want to waste my, like we just spent 20 minutes on this.
yeah.
So it takes some time building it from scratch, but then at least you know that you're getting something that others probably don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on this one, on like for example the annoying neighbor, that is quite annoying.
We can make him more annoying.
With the flanger.
Oh my god.
Ultra wide bass, I like the sound of that. Ooh, I like that. And then if I want to make it even more panned,
Yeah.
I just go to this amazing tool, stereo and enhancer.
Yeah.
Who cares, teddy bears?
You say tomato, I say
Tomato.
you're an idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just have a listen to this. Now it's in stereo, but we want it to be
Wide.
wide.
Yeah.
So it's like Moses just opening up the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, just whoom. So just with a couple steps, like even the mix sounds way better.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
you kind of have a lot of freedom in the build-up.
Yeah.
You kind of can just you know.
You can experiment, and you can like as long as you keep the structure like 8 bars, like if you want to have a 16 bar build up, or if you want to have a 32 bar build up, if you want to have an 8 bar build up. I'm having an 8 bars introduction to the pre, and then I'm having an 8 bar build up. Yeah. With like all the drum.
Yeah.
To make it essential to move into the drop. And then just this is not like a very typical way of like just adding 4 bars after the build.
Yeah.
But I just felt like the tension, just like build some more tension, and then boom boom.
A little release.
A little release. Yeah. Exactly. So even here I could go down again to the, like say, I automate it to do the exact same thing, and then I just add like maybe like a bass to it. So it's like.
Nice! I need to create a 3-layer kick until next time. I also gonna
make some
custom
build sounds.
Sounds. And I'll start on a drop.
Yeah. So do you want your drop to be bass heavy, or do you want it to be more melodic, or do you want it to be like a hybrid? Or
it depends, because it's again with my skill. So I think,
you know, I think the cleverest thing you can do here, Toby, is by now you start on a drop. When you choose your drop, maybe have a couple reference songs that you like. Yeah. Because then you have a clear idea, like as we talked about in the first episode about knowing where you want to take the song. Yeah. Because I feel like you start on something, and then this is so exciting. I'm finally getting the chords right, and like let's do this, and then like a couple hours later you listen to it and you're like, this is a bit Euro vibe, and this is like where I'm gonna take the drop. And so maybe just like find a couple of reference tracks where you can find some inspiration, and like, okay, that's the direction I want to take. Yeah. And then we haven't talked about this, but do we want to make room for a vocal, or do we want to?
That's next time.
Next time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I know all about the
vocals.
Yeah. Immediately when you...
this is for next time.
No, but I just want to say that. Immediately when you decide to put in a vocal into a project, you need to shape the project around the vocal. Yeah. So that's a whole other chapter.
Yeah, it is.
So until next time, Toby, you know what to do.
I know what to do. Do I know how to do it? Time will tell.
No, but you.
I just showed you. But that was a little, a little cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That we leave on a high note.
We leave on a high note. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Leave on a high note. If that was on now, then I would have a nice place to cut it. Yeah, I'll go back to my Euro synth. I'm going to Ibiza and it's going to be great. I know it's getting late, but I'm very, very, very... You see? Songwriting coming up.
Teaching Toby is presented by Master Channel. Instantly produce outstanding masters at masterchannel.ai. Use the code MATOBY during checkout for 50% off.